Picture this: ancient Egypt, the scent of lotus blossoms in the air, and a throne room filled with whispers of betrayal. We all know Cleopatra, the legendary queen of the Nile, but have you heard about her younger sister, Arsinoe? Their story isn't just a family squabble. It's a high-stakes drama of ambition, power, and a truly epic revenge. This is the tale of two sisters vying for the world's most powerful throne, a conflict that would end with one of them sending the other's head to Rome. Stick around, because this story is more shocking than any soap opera. So, who was Arsinoe IV? She was Cleopatra's younger, equally ambitious sister, when their father Ptolemy XII passed away. He left the kingdom to Cleopatra and their younger brother Ptolemy XIII. But in the royal court, everyone had an agenda. Arsinoe, seeing her chance, wasn't about to just stand by and watch. She was charismatic, she was bold, and she saw herself as the rightful ruler of Egypt, the true heir to the Ptolemaic dynasty. While Cleopatra was charming the powerful Roman general, Julius Caesar, Arsinoe was quietly gathering allies, stoking the flames of rebellion among the Egyptian people who were wary of Rome's growing influence. The tension finally exploded into a full-blown civil war right in the heart of Alexandria. While Cleopatra was literally under siege with Caesar in the royal palace, Arsinoe made her move. She escaped the palace, joined the Egyptian army that was fighting against Caesar, and was proclaimed queen by the troops. For a brief, shining moment, Arsinoe was the queen of the people, the face of Egyptian resistance against Roman occupation. She was leading armies, directing sieges, and proving she was just as capable and ruthless as her older sister. Imagine the scene: two powerful sisters, commanding opposing armies, fighting for control of the same city. It was a battle not just for a kingdom but for their very legacy. Caesar, a master strategist, saw just how dangerous Arsinoe was. She was a symbol, a rallying point for his enemies. During a fierce battle, Caesar's forces managed to capture her. Now, you'd think that would be the end of it, right? But Caesar had a flair for the dramatic. Instead of a quiet execution, he decided to parade Arsinoe through the streets of Rome during his grand triumph, a celebration of his military victories. Can you imagine the humiliation? Chained and forced to walk as a prize of war in front of the Roman public, while her sister Cleopatra sat comfortably on the throne back in Egypt, secured by Caesar's victory. The people of Rome, however, were moved to pity by the sight of the young princess, and her life was spared. She was exiled to the temple of Artemis in Ephesus, a sanctuary where she was supposed to live out her days in peace. But peace was never an option in this family. Years passed. Caesar was gone, and Cleopatra had a new Roman ally, and a new lover, Mark Antony. Cleopatra was at the absolute peak of her power, ruling Egypt with an iron fist, but she never forgot her sister. She saw Arsinoe not as a defeated princess in exile, but as a lingering threat. As long as Arsinoe was alive, there was a chance she could rally support, find a new champion, and challenge Cleopatra for the throne once more. In the ruthless world of Ptolemaic politics, you didn't leave loose ends. Cleopatra knew that to secure her own reign, and especially the future of her son with Caesar Caesarion, every single potential rival had to be eliminated. This is where the story takes its darkest turn. Cleopatra used her influence over Mark Antony to do the unthinkable. She convinced him that Arsinoe, living in a holy sanctuary, was still plotting against them. Antony, completely devoted to Cleopatra, dispatched assassins to the temple of Artemis. It was a shocking act, a violation of sacred ground. Arsinoe was dragged from the steps of the temple and executed. It was a brutal, cold-blooded move, and it sent a clear message to everyone: do not cross the Queen of Egypt. There was no line Cleopatra wouldn't cross to protect her power. Now, for the final, gruesome act. To make her victory absolute and to send a terrifying message to all her enemies, Cleopatra ordered Arsinoe's head to be sent to Rome. It wasn't just about confirming the death, it was a public declaration. It was Cleopatra showing the Roman Senate and the entire world that she had utterly destroyed her last dynastic rival. It was a symbol of her total, undisputed control. Sending a sibling's head to the capital of your greatest ally and rival, that's a power move of a different magnitude. It was a chilling testament to the fact that in the Game of Thrones, family ties meant nothing when a crown was on the line. So, the next time you think of Cleopatra, remember she wasn't just a seductive diplomat. She was a ruthless ruler who fought a civil war against her own sister, had her hunted down in a holy temple, and then paraded her severed head as a trophy of war. The story of Cleopatra and Arsinoe is a stark reminder that history is often written in blood, and behind the gilded thrones and legendary romances lie tales of brutal, personal, and unforgettable revenge. Thanks for joining me on this dive into one of history's most intense sibling rivalries. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next exploration into the dark side of history. See you next time.